Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to No Bullshit. Today we have a special treat for you. Today we will begin Fuck Franchesca Ramsey Week, where every day we'll break down a new video featuring this racist monster. For those of you who don't know, Franchesca Ramsey hosts the show Decoded on the MTV News YouTube page, which only has 73,000 subscribers, by the way. The majority of her videos deal with her regressive views about racism and sexism in America. Basically, she thinks all white men are racist pigs and black people deserve special treatment because slavery. I'll put some links to her videos and to some great rebuttals to her videos in the description below. But for today we're going to take a look at Franny's appearance on The Nightly Show with Larry Wilmore. Somehow this unfunny idiot made her way onto cable TV. Let's check it out.
Alright, welcome back. I'm here with my panel. First up, Nightly Show contributor Rory Albanese. And Nightly Show contributor Franchesca Reviewed.
Right off the bat, this first guy is pretty funny. Franchesca is not. She thinks she is, but she's not. She claims to be a comedian, but all her content is cringy at best. Most of her Decoded videos are heavily disliked on YouTube. I can't believe they keep her around. And now she has a job on The Nightly Show? Am I in Bizarro World?
And he's the best-selling author of Blink, The Tipping Point, Outliers, David and Goliath. And he has a new podcast starting this Thursday you can check out called Revisionist History. Malcolm Gladwell, everybody.
This guy is an actual smart person. He's been writing for The New Yorker for 20 years. He's also written 5 best-selling books. I've never heard of him before this, but I already like him.
It's the 20th anniversary of the O.J. Simpson trial. There's already been like a special on FX and a new documentary on ESPN, which just started, which is amazing, which is out. So, Malcolm, I'm going to start with you. Why do you think this issue is resonating so much today? There's two parts. There's the domestic violence part of it and the racial part.
Yeah. You know, I don't think that this country had a kind of fundamental change in its attitude towards domestic violence until Ray Rice.
Ray Rice is the football player who was fired for punching his wife in 2014.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it goes on
her. They blamed her a lot for with Ray Rice, though.
Ramsey just can't wait to butt in with her blind support for the woman. Give the guy a fucking chance to speak. He's a guest on your show, and he's 100 times smarter than you ever will be. Just listen and stop interrupting the poor guy. Also, let's take a look at what she said exactly.
They blamed her a lot for with Ray Rice, though.
Gladwell brings up Ray Rice, and Ramsey immediately says they blamed her, like they blamed the girl that Ray Rice hit. Well, I don't really know what exactly happened, but I do know that men don't hit women for no reason. She was doing something that got her hit, but let's not speculate. Let's just go to the famous tape of Ray Rice and his fiancée in the elevator. A few seconds in and she's already hitting him. There's no audio, but we can assume there's verbal assault too. There you go. It all happens fast, but it looks like they were arguing and then she pushed him away. He hit her once and then she lunges at him. That's when Ray hits her and she falls, hits her head on the railing and is knocked out. She was obviously the instigator here. Ray was punching back at the end just to keep her off him. The most unfortunate part is that railing knocked her out like a Mike Tyson punch. Don't get me wrong, I think this is horrible. I feel bad for her, especially when she's laying there all limp and lifeless. That's scary, but this all could have easily been avoided. She hit him first and lunged at him. If she just ignored him or walked away even, nothing would have happened. Now let's get back to Franchesca Ramsey interrupting a best-selling author.
They blamed her a lot for with Ray Rice, though.
She couldn't even let Gladwell finish one sentence without squawking, "They blamed her, they blamed her." Well, yeah, I think now we can see why many people blamed Ray Rice's girlfriend. She fucking attacked him, and the knockout was accidental from her fall, not because he hit her so hard. I'm not saying she deserved it, but it's partly her fault.
After the head of the NFL, bizarrely gives Ray Rice, was it a 2-game suspension? And the world goes crazy.
A 2-game suspension does sound weak, but there are only like 16 games in an NFL season. Also, the charges against Ray Rice were dropped. He even married that woman 3 weeks later. Basically, it was just a couple who got a little too drunk and started fighting. Unfortunately, the woman slipped and hit her head. That accidental knockout and this video of it, those are the reasons why this whole story got blown out of proportion. This hysteria also caused Ray Rice to not only miss 2 games, but the whole 2014 season. Hell, he he hasn't been able to play at all since this shit show, but at least he got paid. The Baltimore Ravens were forced to settle out of court and give Ray Rice the $3 million he would have made in 2014 anyway. I guess that's the silver lining here. Oh, and it also proves that firing Ray Rice because of this video was wrong. They knew they were going to lose the court case, so they just settled. So that's the team saying they were wrong, and his wife obviously forgave him. She dropped the charges and still married him. The only person who still wants to railroad Rice is fucking Franchesca Ramsey.
I still think we are very misinformed when it comes to domestic violence, because you look at what's going on with Johnny Depp right now and Amber Heard. She has video, she has text, and people are like, oh, she's a gold digger. Oh, she's just trying to get famous.
Here we go. Now Ramsey is bringing Amber Heard into this. Amber Heard is a gold-digging cunt. She only brought up this domestic abuse after Johnny Depp refused to pay her spousal support, aka vagina money, following their breakup. The police who arrived at the scene of their fight said there were no visible bruises and the fight was just verbal. The divorce papers she filed never mentioned abuse, only irreconcilable differences. There was even Instagram photos the day after the fight with no bruises. She lied, but because she's a woman, Franchesca is here to defend her.
We see this happen a lot, and so I think that we have gotten a little bit better.
By getting better, she means blindly believing everything a woman says, and always blaming the men for everything.
But I do think at the time they just weren't equipped, and also they weren't allowed to bring in those 911 tapes. They weren't allowed to have Nicole's journals.
Now she's bouncing back to the O.J. Simpson trial, for those of you trying to keep up.
It's funny because I looked up to Muhammad Ali as a black man. It's like, Muhammad Ali made me proud to be black. O.J. Simpson, I just wanted to run through the airport.
Yeah.
That's not very funny. That laughter was pretty forced.
But a lot of time is spent on how much he distanced himself from the black experience. They say he said, I don't want to be black, I just want to be O.J.
Yeah.
And it's funny how...
Now, by the way, now he just wants to be black and not O.J. now being black is a lot better than being O.J.
That was pretty funny. Look, I'm not here to judge comedy, but let's break down this joke a little bit and talk about why it is so funny. OJ said in the past that he didn't want to be identified as a black man, just as OJ. Makes sense. Before very recently, it wasn't easy to be black. Many people looked down on them because they usually came from lives of crime and poverty. Nowadays, black people can't do anything wrong. Along with being female, being black is like the best title you can have in the current year. You'll get special treatment, more likely to get work, and other benefits. That's why this joke hits so well, because in this day and age, no one would pass up on playing the black card.
You know what's going on right now in Brooklyn, and not just in Brooklyn, but throughout.
People are making pickles in walk-up apartments.
What's going on now is
So wrong.
Well, that's what's happening. That is one thing happening in Brooklyn right now.
Okay, that's funny too, but he is interrupting their guest, just like Ramsey did. At least he had something funny to say, though.
I mean, I think OJ did it. But at the time, to say, look, I know tons of cases where people have been unfairly, black people have been unfairly accused of murder in this city and have been framed for all kinds of crimes they didn't commit. I mean, that's a plausible response in 1995 in LA and in New York.
It was kind of similar like when Leo won the Oscar for The Revenant. Like, he didn't really deserve it.
Yeah.
Like, he had made a bunch of really good movies before.
I think that's
so you were kind of like, all right, you know, it's okay.
Now we get Francesca's attempt at humor. She's comparing the OJ murder trial to Leonardo DiCaprio's Oscar. Basically, to her, the jury let OJ get away with murder because it was time for black people to have a win. Just like the Academy gave Leo the Oscar because it was time for him to have a win. I think that's what she's trying to say. Smells like bullshit to me. Smells like she's trying too hard to be funny and squeeze in this forced pop culture reference because she's a comedian. Look, OJ got off because the state's lawyers fucked up their case. The gloves didn't fit when he tried them on in court, and one of the detectives said the N-word way too many times. Maybe there was some sympathy for blacks at the time immediately following Rodney King, but there was way more to it than that. As for DiCaprio getting his Oscar because it was just his time, yeah, I call bullshit on that too. Not only was Leo great in The Revenant, there also wasn't very good competition in the Best Actor category that year. Cranston, Damon, and Fassbender are all great, but their performances weren't even close to the caliber of Leo's in The Revenant. He deserved the Oscar, regardless of what he was owed or not. Whew, well, that's about it for this video, but we're only getting started with the Fuck Franchesca Ramsey week, and believe me, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Wait till you see her solo projects get trashed. If you can't wait, again, I put some links to great videos about her bullshit below, and we will have more coming soon. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Have a great night.
All right, you know, it's okay.